Hey guys, and welcome back to Deck Pilot. This week we're going to take the Day of the Dragons deck for a spin on the ladder and see how it does. Like I said during Deck Doctor, this isn't a very competitive deck, so I'm not sure how the result's going to go, but let's see how it does. Alright guys, let's get into a game with this Day of the Dragons deck. I'm a little concerned, just because it's the end of the season, everyone's trying to climb and, you know, get those points so they can get to top 8 and get qualified for the monthly. And now, here I am in God rank running this Day of the Dragons deck. Hopefully we bump into another control deck because we'll do fine against other control matchups. But if we run into a bit of aggro, could not end well. So I'm gonna keep an open mind. I'm not expecting to win. I'm not, but you know. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. We saw how the Gabriel Enchantment Wish decks went in the last deck pilot. Let's see if we can get out of this little rut we're in. So this tells me immediately he is probably a mid-red player. Like I said, people are trying to climb right now, so they're going to be bringing their best decks. But we'll see how we do. We got a good opening hand. We got the Mochi. We got the Law Thief, which I was talking about in the guide. Let's see if we can make something happen. We're gonna need to accelerate lands as fast as possible. The one advantage we do have is if we can get some good free wish offs, Speak of the Devil, we can use his removal events against him. That's the best case scenario. So when you do this, when you have these two, if you're kind of new to Mochi interactions, you want to play Mochi first, because as you can see, the next card you draw will cost 7, with an original cost of 7 will cost 3 less. Now, when you play the Law Thief will draw into that reduction in the best case scenario. So, yep, let's see what we get. Okay, so we didn't get any cost reduction off those draws, but it can still come in the future. I've seen 4 Faeria windfalls, which is pretty nuts, and that would definitely help in this situation. Another advantage we do have against this deck is if we can get these guys down early. 12 health is not easy for a red player to deal with. He's already pushed for this land here, so we need to get rid of these 2 spots, which will be our next agenda. So we don't need the desert for the wind soldiers. There's going to be no wind soldiers. We know that already. Mountains, though, can definitely help. So let's get another. Let's get another forest down in the middle. We'll take this spot. Actually, that was a bit of misplay from me there. I should have collected. But yeah, a bit of a misplay from me there, guys. I was way too focused on this guy. So this well, actually is kind of different. I've kind of salvaged it a little bit, not too much, because using the campfire this to clear the Mochi, so I can kill the Law Thief. But we're still 4 turns away from wishing. So we'll see if we can hold on that long. Deserts are the worst lands for us because deserts don't do anything. Forests, lakes, you can only make use of those. We're going to see a ground shaker. Ooh, that sucks. That sucks a lot. But one of the key cards in this deck. So can't complain too much. So you can take this spot. We could just double cover both of these. Garadan, cheap Garadan, that's not too bad. Alright, so now we're 2 turns away from free wishing. But we don't have any Faeria generation, which is pretty sad. I know I said about the Garadan spot here, but I wanted to be able to fill up these 2 land spots with cards I can use. We're going to see an Axe Grinder come down for sure. Yep, things are now starting to get a little hairy. So we take 9 damage next turn, taking us down to 10. That doesn't include any damage in hand. So we're going to have the desert. Don't. If he has a fire elemental, he can actually lock us in. So we went desert here. He could go double neutral and fire elemental, and then we can't. Oh, actually, we do have this spot. That's fine. We'll place the desert here then. So if we set up the Plague Bearer this turn, and it collects, we're not going to have enough for Garadan anyway. Yeah, let's set up the Plague Bearer. Let's just try and let's get rid of the Outland Ranger at least, and maybe set up for a Garadan soon. It's hard without. This is what I was talking about in the deck doctor. You need so much Faeria to get this deck to work. And against a fast deck like mid-red, Yellow Rush, it can be very difficult to keep it in check. But against other control decks, you usually have the edge because your win condition is so much better. Oh, I could do a Garadan next turn. I might actually have to do it. Yeah. So if I run Plague Bearer into him, then Garadan. And that will be enough. Check. I guess this is where I'm punished for not building a mountain here. Wow, so that's keeping us in the game. That might give us enough time to free wish next turn, and maybe pick up some flame bursts for free and start just removing stuff. Bomb Slinger Ciphers. I'm absolutely fine with that. That is a very slow response. So yeah, that's good. He makes a mountain at his orb. Oh, I hope there's no cannon carrier shenanigans. Another axe grinder. Oh. Sad times. Let's just. Yeah, let's take a desert here. We can put a forest there at some point. Shamed him. Nothing to use. Maybe wishing wasn't the best call there. Could have Plague Beared instead. So I missed a card then. So you have to be very careful with your hand size of this deck because you do get a lot of cards. It's usually not enough Faeria to use them. This will help a little bit. What did we burn? Feed the forest. Okay, I can live with that. Good Mochi. Mochi Fire Elemental. Mochi to block this hit. Assume. I guess he could clear it at Bomb Slinger, but then Fire Elemental's kind of free to do what it wants. I feel we have to do it this way. Because if Fire Elemental collects, that gives us a bit more Faeria to work with next turn. These Colossus now. So what our goal? Oh man, that sucks. Okay, that's probably going to cost us the game. So our goal is to get the Primeval Colossus down as quickly as possible. Just a little too late, Primeval Colossus. You could have. Oh man. Well, we can still feed it. No, we can't. We don't have the forest. God damn it. So yeah. This deck's hard to play. So yeah, let's just surrender this and go into the next match. Alright guys, let's get into the next match, and it is going to be a run back. Oh man, so I made a lot of mistakes during the last game, so I'm going to see if I can salvage it during this one. Do I have time to wait for double windfall? I don't think so. I should just go for the Mochis, go with the Mulligan plan. Oh man, this is a hand that hurts a lot. So it is an aggressive deck, and although I said you want to build lakes next to your orb, sometimes you want to build forests. It very much depends on what you're playing against. Does he have the Outland Ranger again? He has it again. Oh lordy lord. So he's going to be come down this side, so let's make a forest here. This will allow us to play Primeval Colossus to block. I'm actually not going to even bother with this side this time. We're going to go right up and challenge this. So I'm going to take this spot next turn, which is going to be good. I'm going to miss out on the Garadan slot, which sucks, but I can always change it. So he hasn't got the aggressive wells now, which is what's important. This one instead, we'll get his axe grinder down. We can start building defensive lands around here instead now. Just kind of hope we pick up an Earthcraft or something. An Earthcraft would really help. So it depends what I want to do now, because I can set up the law. That's assuming the Law Thief's going to live. Cypher's Wrath, Ground Shakers, there's plenty of things that can kill it, so let's not even bother with that. Let's Windfall, taking us to 14. And then we're going to Law Thief for 2 cards and see what we get. Vine Wall, not bad. And a Plague Bearer. So we'll play the Plague Bearer next. And then we can develop a forest next turn, chuck the Vine Wall down. Or we could even just Vine Wall next turn. So we can chuck the forest here, Vine Wall. That's going to give us our 3rd forest, which will allow us to feed. Well, have access to feed. So much land is needed for this deck. It's ridiculous. But like I said, if it does pull off its win condition, it's awesome. It takes a lot to get there. Oh, Earthcraft. Perfect pickup there. So we don't need forests, so we can take mountains now. So let's take a mountain here. Because we're going to put a lake there. And then we'll block this guy for a turn. We need this dream. We need this dream badly. We're getting there. We're holding him off. And this is what Vine Wall does. It stalls out your opponent. It just gives you those extra turns. If I pick up another Earthcraft, I'll be in a fantastic position, because then I can just mountain Earthcraft into... Well, I don't even need the Earthcraft that turn, so I can wait. Bomb Slinger. Wow. We don't see that very often. I must be honest. So the Garadan mounting we can go for next. Horsemaster. Oh, he's going to zip right across. Okay, so we definitely need these Earthcrafts now. Another wish. Not really what you want to see. So we need to take this spot. As much as I want to save up for the dream is not looking realistic right now. It's going to take me a long time to get there. Wishes are looking like a better win condition at this point. So I'm going to set up the Colossus to challenge this, and then we'll put the Plague Bearer on this side to challenge our little double collector, but also the Horsemaster. Could even feed this and just kill him. Yeah, actually, that's... So, alright, so I did this wrong. I should have fed this first before playing. Right, okay. So, another little mistake. I don't play this deck that often. It's kind of a deck you bust out for fun, right? But I lost 2 damage. And the reason we fed there is because he does have a campfire. And we want to stop him from double collecting. That's the game plan. And this has 10 health, so this is going to be sitting here for a little while. Maybe we can clear this, then feed this guy. And go from there. Campfire. Alright, he's just going to smoke, it looks like. set up his other double collector. Red Devils, wow, you don't see them very often in mid-red. I'm gonna take this spot next. Damn it, he's already taken it. He knows what we're up to. Alright, so we need the desert. Alright, so let's kill this. I'm not expecting this to live, so I'm just gonna feed it. Awesome. And now we have the Plague Bearer, which kills the Fire Elemental. We'll save the last feed for our other Primeval Colossus, because Primeval Colossus probably costs about 6 now. And we gain 5 Faeria from it and draw cards, so it's pretty good. And next turn we get the Wish as well, which is, if we pick up removal, we're going to be so happy. That is going to give us the happy dance. He's in a tricky spot now because he needs to clear this somehow. Because if he doesn't clear this guy just runs into the Outland Ranger. Campfire, well, that makes no difference, so he's still dead. Oh, Horsemaster? No, okay, he's gonna go for that. He's moving up. So if we wish into a Ground Shaker, oh man, we are gonna be very happy. So I want to save this for Garadan. Ground Shaker, anyone? A Meteor! What on earth? Since when? Oh. Okay, so this is like a mid-red Meteor deck? That's just nuts. Oh, we have to wish again. Like, we have no choice. And the reason is we need to remove this. Double Meteor is not going to find too much love in this situation. But we're getting there. We have enough. We're getting the mountains. We can just destroy all this part. We could drop a Meteor here quite happily and just take out all this. And the reason that you see I did the Fire Elemental in a particular way. I converted this so I could play Fire Elemental here, and so I can have one on each side. Oh wow! I just don't know what to expect anymore. More free wishes. Don't think I want to use it just yet, although that Flame Burst can be helpful. He has a Firestorm coming up. That's important to note. Seven. So we've used all the free wishes now. So it just comes down to setting up a Primeval Colossus very close. So let's do that now. So one of the things you can do with this deck as well is you want to be able to set up an aggressive forest. This is going to pump your Primeval Colossuses at your opponent. We know he has Meteors, so we have to make sure he never collects enough area to Meteor. Oh, double Cyphers. So that is Meteor and Flame Burst in his hand, and then he picks up Firestorm next turn, and there is the Primeval Colossus I was talking about. Oh, I'm still gonna push this. I'm gonna take Faeria, just so we have enough Faeria to Primeval Colossus next turn. And then we have Meteors. I mean, remember, his Meteors are 12, but I was a 9. So we're absolutely fine. He's not going to be getting 12 Faeria anytime soon. What's our deck size looking like? Alright, I'm going to take the Forest here. Guarantee a face hit next turn. Double collecting. 8 to the face next turn. Have you noticed how Aurora's Dream and Day of the Dragons have played no part in my win condition for this game? And that's the thing with this deck, it's just super greedy. It can do... Oh wow, he gets a Meteor next turn, so I don't think I developed the extra Colossus. So he gains, yeah, so he can Meteor next turn. So no additional Colossus come down this turn. We do know what he has, so let's just chuck a Mochi down. Just chuck a Mochi over here. And then that Mochi can double collect as well. So he's going to want to Meteor this, and then we just rebuild next turn. Like, we've used all our wishes now, so it doesn't even matter. The only lands we need now are lakes and forests, mainly. We do still need some mountains, you know, to play the meteors, but the chances I'm not going to be able to play them in this game. He's never gonna develop enough, you know, for me to justify doing it. Meteor your own orb feels bad, man. He has to do it though. But alas, it was not enough. Unless he has another meteor, which I don't think he does. But it doesn't matter, he's gonna Faeria at this point. He had the meteor, the 812, to stop himself from dying in 2 turns. Which stopped him from meteoring this side for double collection or this side. So I'm quad collecting now. I managed to fend off this aggression he started. So this deck seems to like have the aggressive mid-range. This from the red, and then it moves into some weird control deck with Red Devil Meteor. So strange, but that is going to be it. That is a victory there. So Day of the Dragons can win, but you do have to have some great defensive plays to be able to stay in the game. So that's going to be it for this episode of Deck Pilot. I hope you enjoyed it. I managed to get my revenge on my opponent and show him the power of the deck. And it's a little unfortunate you couldn't see any of the crazy combos, but there are other videos on my channel which play this deck, and you can really see the deck's true potential. Thanks for tuning in as usual. Be sure to like, follow, and comment if you have any thoughts on this deck or any different builds you feel a bit more consistent than the one I put forward. Please let me know. Thanks again, guys. Hope you enjoyed this episode of Deck Pilot. Take care. Enjoy the deck.